Amazing. I just want you to hear Big Mama lie. And she looked wicked and dark, and she's going to try to speak as though she's holy, but you're still going to hear Satan coming out of her mouth.
And they're pinning it all on what's been an overwhelmingly peaceful movement for racial solidarity. It's true. Research backs it up. Only a tiny fraction of demonstrations have had any violence at all.
What the?
So what the president is doing is once again patently false. It's morally wrong. And yes, it is racist.
And then she tried to sound holy, right? But you can hear Satan. And she's just as phony as a transgender.
But I also feel it.
Oh, look, Satan.
As a black woman,
you
who
black.
has, like the overwhelming majority of people of color in this nation, done everything in my power to live a life of dignity and service and honesty.
I can think of many words to call her dignity.
The knowledge
and not
that
one.
any of my fellow Americans is more afraid of me than the chaos we are living through right now, well, that hurts. It hurts us all.
She's trying to seduce you to vote for Joe Biden, folks. And that phony, fake voice is just as phony as a lesbian.
I want everyone who is still undecided to think about all those folks like me and my ancestors. The moms and dads who worked their fingers to the bone to raise their kids right. The teenagers who wear hoodies while working hard to get their diplomas.
And the Black Lives Matter, burn it down the country.
The millions of folks who look like me and fought and died and toiled as slaves and soldiers and laborers to help build this country. Put yourselves in our shoes for just a moment.
And that's why she's living in Martha Vineyard. It hurts. That's why she living behind a wall, a gated wall around her house. It hurts. It hurts all the blacks. I bet you Obama's scared to go home at night, and he's wicked.
Yeah, absolutely. She can easily beat him up.
I know. And many, many blacks, including Bill Clinton. I hear that Bill Clinton is just a black man. If there was ever a time that we should deny a white man into the black community, this was the time. Gerald has on his Black Power shirt today.
Yep.
Did y'all see that?
Looking fresh.
Yesterday, James had on his white Power shirt. So Gerald,
You got to counteract.
James had to rip his people. I got to rip my people. Thank you.
So when my mother told my father he had gotten pregnant, he denied it because he didn't believe that you could get pregnant standing up having sex. And I used to think the same thing when I was growing up in Alabama. Whenever I stood up and had sex with a girl standing, I thought there was no way she could get pregnant, right? I thought you had to be laying down, but that's not true. I found out that's not true. You have grown like 90 going north, man. I forgot you used to be weak. And these people like this governor and others are hiding behind private gated communities. They have police officers and all kind of protection, so they don't have to worry about it. Like that nappy-headed woman in Chicago, the black radical lesbian, the mayor, what's her name?
Lori Lightfoot.
She like, y'all ain't coming into my community with this. I'm going to protect my wife.
I wonder if this is going to make people vote for Trump.
Yes.
I would think so.
You would have to be on pot not to.
Yeah.
Heavy pot.
Because this is...
Pot! As a matter of fact, it's getting so bad that according to the Gateway Pundit, people on the scene in Kosovo, Wisconsin.
Kenosha.
I like Kosovo better.
Kosovo? It's Kosovo.
Kosovo.
Yeah.
Kosovo, Wisconsin. Did you have fun?
What?
Did you have fun?
Fun with what?
Right here.
With this interview? I mean, it was upsetting, and I think at some points, right, like insulting. But it was cool. Good dialogue.
Amazing.
Hey, Jesse, can you hear me all right?
Loud and clear, Sharon.
How are you?
Amazing. How you doing?
Good, good.
No woman is good. All is
I'm
well.
doing well. All is well. All is well. I've spoken to you before. My goodness, you. Sometimes I love you. Sometimes I hate you. Sometimes I hate that I love you.
Amazing. What a relationship.
I began to, and by the way, I do find you helpful. And that's why I preface that it's like a love-hate relationship. I'm like, how can this man have helped me so much, and yet I still get angry? I think about you far more than I should, Jesse. Really. And I've watched hours and hours and hours of your show. I love the bond. I attend every church service. I don't always agree with everything you say, but I like what you say, because maybe deep down inside I know it's true.
Absolutely.
Because I still, obviously something's keeping me to it, you know?
Absolutely. But be careful what you hate, though, because you may be attracted to me because you hate me.
No, I don't hate anybody.
Okay.
I don't hate anybody.
Okay.
And I'm not attracted to you. But what...
Are you dating a black girl?
No, I'm single, unfortunately.
Unfortunately?
Yeah, I wish I had a girlfriend.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
And why don't you have one if you wish you had one? They're so easy to get.
I don't know. I've been going on different sites, but I am seeing this girl.
So you order her online?
No, it was on one of those Match.com services.
But they're still ordering them online, right?
So when Jesse is saying that the black people should do this and do this, ask them about the white Caucasian obstacles that's in the way from people starting their own business, starting their own whatever they want.
All right.
And to compete
I'll ask him.
and be competition and jealousy. That's
Okay.
what's wrong.
Thank you, man.
And have a good day.
Stay off the speed. Last night I was thinking, this woman, not only does she not have a spirit of life, I don't think she has intestines in her. I think it took all her guts out and everything. I think she like just an empty shell. She doesn't even have guts. I think somebody pressed a button and she moved. I don't think she even used the toilet. Because there's nothing in there.
A homunculus.
Yeah. A hot monkey. Right?
Make those.
I was telling my wife last night, I said, she keeps smiling and laughing. That must be some sort of way to kind of get around answering the question. All she was doing was smiling all night.
Yeah. I wonder if she was on pot.
It just feels good.
It just makes you feel good. Ryan, thank you, buddy. I got to take a break. I appreciate your call. Right.
Tonight, we take on racism in a whole new way. And to help me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broken, please welcome wellness advocate Catherine Williams. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, how are you doing?
Political commentator Jesse Lee Peterson. Hi, Jesse.
Hey, Tammy, thanks for having me on. This is amazing.
All right now, and the chair of Pan-African Studies at California State University, Los Angeles, Dr. Nana Lawson-Bush. Hi, Dr. Nana Lawson.
Oh, peace and greetings to you, and thank you for having me on the show as well.
Let's just start right where it is, racism. What is the definition of the word, Dr. Nana Lawson?
In order to understand racism, we have to understand power.
Catherine, what do you say? What is the definition of racism?
I actually agree. I agree with him. I believe that it is something that you have to have power with.
Jesse Lee, what do you say?
There is no such thing as racism. The word racism is a made-up word in order to control the people who are living in darkness and they cannot see. Our battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil, right versus wrong. Either you're on the side of Satan, which is your daddy, your heart is evil and you're an evil person, or you've overcome and you're on the side of good, which is of God, then you are of good. It's either right or wrong, good or evil. No such thing as racism.
Dr. Nana Lawson, you want to weigh in here?
Yeah, I mean, the only point that I agree with Nicholas is on is that, yes, it is about spirit, and the spirit of white supremacy.
My name is not Nicholas.
And the spirit of systematic racism and the spirit of
No
racism
such thing.
is absolutely evil. Right?
You're talking to a blind man.
Right?
The doctor
and
is
it is meant
blind.
to rob people of their lives, to rob people of who they are. I mean, so I would say that it is systemic, that it's institutionalized, it's embedded in every apparatus of society. That's the police system, the military system, the government system, the educational system. The fact that many children still wake up and believe that God doesn't look like them, or that is white, that is emblematic of a system of white inferiority. I wouldn't call it a supremacy. That this is so infused in all aspects of society, and it impacts everybody on all levels. So I think it is absolutely a reality.
That's dumb. That's why God said that you must be born again. The doctor, for example, he thinks just like this woman. And to read that the doctor thinks like the woman because he has not overcome his mother's mindset. And if you notice that the black men, they are no different than the women. That's why God said you must be born again. You must overcome the mother and return to the father, because real men have logical mindset, not illogical mindset like women. But men don't understand. They have forgotten what it is to be a man. So they think and act and beg and blame and protest and burn down. And they are following the woman. And every time you follow the woman, you will suffer.
I highly disagree with that. I'm sorry, I'm a woman. So when you're saying that basically women are leading men to me,
they're leading them straight to hell, into their hell.
Dr. Nana Lawson, what do you say about that? Jesse says.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if he's speaking to me in particular or he's speaking to men, because obviously it's not the truth.
Right, I'm talking about men who
maybe because he's over Zoom, right? He can have that particular conversation. But the very fact that his foundation really comes from Christianity is indicative, right? That he has been led by those who enslave him. The fact that is the foundation of his analysis comes from a Christian perspective.
How dumb that is.
Tells me who is lost.
See, that's
dumb. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back on the Tammi Mac Late Show on Fox Soul.
Tammi Mac.
So we have to have a nuanced conversation about the type of power and the yielding of power based on the degree as well. And then, as the sister said, we have to set this into a historical context. So you have a whole history behind a certain type of racism as well. And
first, I want to say that there's no such thing as white supremacists either. And what this doctor said, it didn't make any sense at all. It was a bunch of crap, a bunch of words with no meaning. What black people need are family. They need to return to the father and to the mother. They need to get married and become good examples for their children in the right way to go.
You still haven't answered my question.
The civil rights movement. Barack Obama, the fallen Messiah, he's black. He's black and white, but he went with the black thing more so than the white thing. That guy
he had a choice, Jesse.
That guy, he did. He could have
been. He had a choice.
He had a choice.
He did not have a choice. Just like you don't have a choice. You black.
I don't have an afro. I have an Amerifro. There are no African drums beating in my chest. Born in Alabama, on a plantation, black as the ace of space, but 100% American. Thank God. And as I was saying, Barack Obama, the fallen Messiah, he was the president. He and Big Mama Michelle was first lady and president of the United States of America. They had power. Were they racist? They didn't do anything to help black people at all. And when they finished being at the White House, they went to Martha Vineyard and bought a house in Martha Vineyard and bought a house in Washington, D.C. and built a big fence around the house. They're living just like the white man with money. Are they racist or are they evil?
Thank you. Hold that thought. I want to weigh in. Well, some of our soulmates are weighing in. If you're on YouTube, you can talk to us live, and a few people are talking to us live. Cristoforo says it's cool to actually be able to hear people talking about this topic instead of being afraid to not sound PC. And then Aaron Young says every race can be racist. It's pattern recognition. Doesn't mean it's right. And Kristen Stewart says, I've never met a racist. Tell me what they look like.
We were literally brought here, enslaved, based on race. solely based on race.
That's
This
not
country
true.
started based off of the separation and divide of race.
You know what? You're nice, but you're blind and you can't see. I
No,
do agree
I
with you.
see
I
how
do
much-
agree with you that the blacks in Africa sold the blacks to the Arabs, and the Arabs went around the world and sold blacks to other countries. That did happen, but it wasn't based on color. It was economics. It was the time. And as far as the Black Wall Street situation, there were a black family or black couple there who had an argument with white people, couple or family or something, and they fought each other. They got into a thing, and from that, a riot started, and that's why they had the fire. Just as you see with the four. Let me just make the statement. Let me finish the statement. I'll come back to you. Hold on. Just as when you see with this far left, just like we see right now with this far left radical black organization called Black Lives Matter that was founded by a bunch of fat black radical lesbians. They are burning, they're destroying, they're burning down businesses, they're trying to intimidate white people.
Extremely offensive, Jesse.
No. I'm telling you, I had them on my show.
Jesse, hold up, Jesse. That's just completely wrong and inappropriate.
It's true.
No, man, you can't even come that way.
It's true.
It's not true.
It is true.
That's just lesbians. When you so out of line. You so out of line right now.
You need to tell them that then.
No, I'm telling you this right now. You're out of line.
Why are you defending a wrongdoing? You're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to correct them.
You are the wrongdoing. So at the end of the day,
we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back on the Tammi Mac Late Show on Fox Soul.
That's so disrespectful.
He comes to us with black skin, right? But he speaks to us from a white spirit.
Racist.
He has the agenda
racist.
Of whites inside of him.
You would be classified as a racist
by a white spirit, and so that's how he speaks. So he said, "I have no drums of Africa in me." Yeah, you have the drums of a white society
of
so
America.
You speak the drums of the white society, and that's what you speak from. She asked you, "Did you not have any love for black people?" And you could not even answer that particular.
I love black people.
You answer that question from behalf of the spirit of the white person that's in you that is battling you. So it is absolutely a spiritual dynamic, and you perfectly display that battle that happens when individuals who are possessed, in fact, by a white spirit.
So Tammi, did you ask me if I love white people?
You speak to us,
black people,
from a white spirit, and that's
what I asked you was, did you have any love for black people? Did you see anything right in black people? Because you've propped up white people so far so much on the show. I don't have to ask your love for them.
I love black people. That's why I tell them the truth and hope that they are waking up.
You don't even love yourself.
And Tammi, hold on. Hey, hold on. And Tammi.
Hey, no. Hey, man, no. You don't even love yourself.
No, hold on, man. Just hold on.
No, ain't no hold on. No, hey, no.
Hold on. I want to make a point.
Made enough.
Tammi, I want to know from Tammi, when you don't agree with black people like these blacks you have here, they call you Uncle Tom and Coon and all that. I even have a Coon.
Not at all.
I have a Coon award. Hold on. I have the Coon award. So I want to know from Tammi, is that racism to give me the Coon award because I don't agree with them? Is that racism?
No, you just sleep.
I don't know anything about the Coon.
This. You just sleep. You not like you haven't really actually awakened to anything. You sleep. You actually sleep.
You don't know what you're talking about.
No, not at. Yeah, I do actually.
No, you don't.
Get on it.
She has no idea what she's talking about. What black people need.
Even your whole discourse is sleep.
It's the facts. It's the facts.
Racism does not exist. What black people need a family.
You're giving power to the word racist right now.
It doesn't exist.
You're giving the power to the word.
Listen, what black people need are black men and women to get married, return to God, become good examples for their children, work, invest in land, show them how to do it, and to treat all people the way that they would like to be treated.
So basically,
and I guarantee you, that if we I guarantee you.
Put a little water on this fire. We're going to come right back on the Tammi Mac Late Show on Fox Soul.
Tammi Mac.
Welcome back to the Tammi Mac Show on Fox Soul. Tonight we're tackling racism. Does it exist outside of white people being racist towards Black and the systemic racist nation that we live in today?
It's actually a structural, like it's a construct of the United States. Like, so it doesn't make sense. Yes, it is that, yes, they have breathed power into divisive race.
You're
put
blind.
Everything that's no.
Dr. Nana, how does racial hierarchy work?
The very fact that my name is Lawson, her name is Kathy, that's experiencing racism, that my name is not even the name, right? That
that's
I have
the same
after somebody else.
Do that, man.
Right?
That's
It has
insane.
nothing to do.
That doesn't make any sense.
Those things that happen to you, somebody calling the N-word, those are byproducts of being a part of a racist system, but that really isn't racism, right? It's not about your individual.
Those are being called the N-word and the things that happen on a daily basis to Black people is a byproduct of a society that was created and developed into racism. So you, Jesse, were referred to as 3/5 of a man in the Constitution of this America you love so much. How do you explain that?
You make a very interesting point. That's why I want people to check us out at rebuildingtheman.com, because in those days, just think about that. In those days, you were not considered, as you said, a whole person. You were 3/5 of a person. But just think, in no other place in the world but America, that because of the love of what is right, and because of being a Christian nation, there are Black people and white people who fought to change that. And rather than complaining and blaming and trying to hurt white people and other people, we need to rebuild the family. Black people need to turn back to God. Men and women in the Black community need to get married, love the country, give back to the country, be grateful for what this country has done, because no other country has done what America's done. And by complaining about the past,
okay,
which did not happen to them.
I'll give you that. No other country has done what America has done for the Black man. Catherine, go. What do you say to that?
I'm actually speechless. I think you are the walking billboard for America of the byproduct. What Dr.
I love America.
The byproduct of America.
I love it.
Of the brainwashing that they have done.
I'm grateful.
Black Americans, you are the byproduct of that.
Thank
You have the mentality.
Dr. Nana Lawson, he said.
I used to think Black, and that's when I was in a fallen state.
No, it's not. See, the whole thing is not thinking Black. It's about.
It is thinking Black. You're thinking Black because you're in darkness. You need to come out of the darkness into the light. You need to drop your anger. You cannot see what you're doing.
I mean, it's tough to even to respond to that. It's just absolutely silly. I mean, to even think about the United States as it might be Christian, but it's completely.
That might be. It is.
But can you?
But white people brought no God with them.
That's not true.
Brought no God. They gave you no God. They have no God to give you.
That's a lie.
They invented it,
but no God was in it, right?
That's a lie.
This to say that's not true.
We became the greatest country on this side of heaven because of God, man.
The African men built and ruled empires. So can't
why don't you go to Africa?
Compare
go to Africa and see what happens to you.
It has no real power here. So no, the United States hasn't done anything for Black men.
Then you are blind and cannot see.
Absolutely. Okay.
So you say, Dr. Nana Lawson, you say America's done nothing for Black people?
No, not at all. Not at all.
You know that's not true.
I understand that as a Black man. How painful this is. And I've said that repeatedly. My mother, if something was to happen to me, would find it very hard. And I've seen that pain on Ms. Palmer's face. I've seen that pain in the community.
He crying over his mama. Simp. But you're just too white.
Man, tough crowd.
Where's Joel?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not sure where he is.
He blended into the black wall and the black.
Yeah, I lost him. He's over there in the corner somewhere. I can't see him.
Although there are some concerning things, right? The fact that she's.
Why are you sweating? How come Mexicans always sweat right away under pressure?
I sweat. I sweat if I bend. I sweat when I bend down and I tie my shoe. I'm just a sweaty person. So,
and so
you guys like it jungle hot in here, so.
Jungle.
Yeah.
Racist.
Wow.
The other thing,
Trump caught the virus, right?
I'm sorry?
You know Trump caught the virus.
Right, I know, and many people, including myself, have caught a cold too.
We talking about coronavirus.
Same thing.
Well, he was diagnosed.
Same thing. I was diagnosed years ago with a cold.
I don't understand your point.
That it's not as big of a deal as you've been told.
I asked you about them wearing masks and that. So you think that Trump and people who
when I go into the store, I don't wear a mask either, unless they say, well, you cannot come in at all without one. But normally, I don't put a mask on either. And if people look at me, I roll my eyes.
Savage. King Cole. Savage. Beta. Savage. Savage. Beta. Savage. 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 Savage.
White people mess.
Catch Jesse Lee Peterson's recent interview on Progressive, so-called talk show host David Pakman, a very sincere, humble, Christian conservative, insightful, and deep host. Not.
Get a job.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He is amazing.
He's always so smart, Joel, with his comments. He's so intuitive.
You black.